So at the beginning of the movie, we see Kathleen, a lawyer. She has a new client, Polly, who tells her she works as a nanny. I lost my job a few days ago, and I can't afford much. But the owner of the house where I live is repeatedly asking me to increase the rent, which I cannot afford, and that is why I need your help. Kathleen guides him as best she can, and meanwhile, Polly notices that Kathleen is also pregnant. Well, some time passes, and we are shown that Caitlin's daughter was born, and she was quite grown up now. Kathleen also had another elder daughter. Housework was taken care of by both the children. Kathleen was no longer able to manage all these things well, managing her family and doing her job. The house was also on the main road, and he was always afraid that if the children went out there to avoid any accident with a car, today he took both his children to cross the tree. She leaves for the market and then runs into Polly, Kathleen, and Polly again. They start talking to each other, but during this time, Catherine's daughter disturbs them a lot. Polly says to Kathleen, "I see you're very worried about your children. Yes, I told you that I am a nanny, but I don't have a shop right now. You can give me a job if you want." Kathleen was happy but also scared. She could not keep him in her house. So Pongli tells him that where I used to work earlier, you can call from there and ask about me. Kathleen also calls there at his request. The woman seems quite satisfied with Polly and tells her that Polly has cleaned her house, and her children were taken care of very well. But now her children are grown, and they no longer need Polly. After making sure of their concerns, Kathleen and her husband give Polly a job at their home. A few days pass, and Kathleen is happy to see this, that both of her daughters had become very attached to Polly. Kathleen comes and tells her husband and Polly that tomorrow the Clecks are coming over for lunch, and I'm going to prepare all the lunch myself. That Polly doesn't even let her husband into the kitchen. But during this time, we notice that Polly came into the kitchen several times under various pretexts. She was also there, and she had mixed something in the food prepared by Kathleen. Well, after some time, everyone sits down to eat. Everyone likes the food. During the meal, Polly also joins these people. Catherine's friend asks Polly about Polly, and Polly tells her what highlights more about him is that he is poor and does not have a family. Now she cannot afford to live in the city, so she will go back to her village. As soon as he says this, Caitlin tells him, "You did not discuss this with me. Well, these people, let's leave this topic for discussion and get busy with our own things." Kathleen told her today, "I had my friends stay at my house, and as night fell, everyone would get sick. Except Polly, because she wasn't the only one who drank the soup. Everyone else did, obviously. It was just that he had mixed something in it. Now no one notices this, and Kathleen is with everyone. She even takes the blame of being ill on herself when she was crying in guilt that she is neither able to take care of anyone nor do anything good." Then Polly comes and saves her. She begins to comfort him, and Polly becomes close to Kathleen as she becomes to her. Kathleen was close to her daughter's hearts when she became convinced that there was no other nanny as good as Bollywood. She cannot meet him, so at this time, she tells Polly that you should decide to go to your village. Leave it, you stay in our house, our outhouse, this way you will also get shelter. And your job will also be secure. This was the happiest thing for him. He immediately said yes. She did it and started living here. He said that after coming home, everything started getting settled. Kathleen's job was settled again, the kids were settled, but deep inside, Polly was playing a game, because he wants to take Kathleen's elder daughter to Kathleen's house. She starts instigating me, saying that your mom is very bad. She just pretends to be nice. Look, yesterday he scolded you and never got you your favorite things. Now that little girl says the same things at the dining table, that you are not good at all, you never love them as much, and never get me my favorite things. I'll never grow up to be like you, I'll grow up to be like Polly. Kathleen's heart breaks upon hearing this, and she explains to her daughter, "No dear, it's not like that. I love you very much, and When she tries to take her husband's opinion, the husband supports Polly, and this is where Kathleen becomes even more devastated. Kathleen was now completely broken and went to her room in despair. Then her husband noticed her. I persuaded her, "I am sorry, maybe I said too much to you, but you are also thinking wrong. Polly is not as wrong as you think she is. She is good." Days keep passing by, and with each passing day, Kathleen's two daughters become more attached to Bolly. Even Kathleen's husband liked her speech habits very much. She was very caring, which is why Kathleen started feeling insecure about her. As soon as New Year's Day arrives, all of them go to see the fire celebration, and when they return home, Kathleen hears strange noises coming from her daughter's room. Terrified, she leaves the room. When she goes there, she sees that her daughter is very scared and has a lot of blood in her hands. All were firecrackers. She started scolding both her husband and Polly as to who had got it for her. Firecrackers Polly immediately apologized and said she had no idea she would be so scared. I thought she would enjoy it. Kathleen's anger remains unabated despite her sobs, and she tells Polly, "If some accident had happened, you would not have thought about it. Today you have proved that you are my children's. I can't take care of you, so go away from here." Catherine had made her decision, but Polly now instigated his own children against his decision. Kathleen's children, and even Kathleen's husband, try to reason with Kathleen. But this angers Kathleen even more, and she immediately throws Polly out of the house. Polly had now left home, leaving Kathleen's entire family displeased with her. She could not explain it to her daughter, but she tries to explain it to her husband. Look, Polly isn't what you think she is. His intentions seem dangerous to me, and that is why I have thrown him out of the house. But Kathleen's husband was not ready to listen to anything. On the contrary, he gets angry with Kathleen, and here, Kathleen, she decides to leave after proving to herself that she is okay. Now, since Kathleen was a lawyer, she made a complete plan. And under that plan, she went to pick up Polly from her house, apologized to her, and brought her back home. This makes everyone happy with her again, and after this, Polly is back with her friends. She calls in a detective who takes on the mission at Kathleen's request. He is sure to gather all the information about Polly and find out who she is. What does she want? In Polly's absence, he goes to Polly's room and he searches the house and finds something there which he is about to hide and leave. But Polly caught him, but the strange thing was that despite knowing that this girl stole something from his room, she still lets him go. Stoward came home and began researching those papers, and he discovers something very surprising. He then calls Bully instead of calling Kathleen, because it was Kathleen who actually gave him the job. On the other hand, we see that Kathleen did not leave everything to Steve. She was also collecting information on her own, and now she was telling that lady, goes to the house where she first obtained Polly's information. When she goes to the lady's house, she learns that Polly had lied to her. Polly had never worked as a nanny. She was a former drug addict, the woman he had Kathleen call. He recovered at the same woman's rehab center. Then she started getting better. She wanted to do something for herself. That is why he told the owner of his residence that if you tell me a small lie, I'll get the job. Kathleen is about to go mad after hearing all this truth, and she gets angry at that woman. How can you do this? Yes, what is such a big lie? This big lie has almost ruined my life. After hearing such a big truth, she immediately goes to her husband and tells him this fraud of a word that he lied to us. She never worked as a nanny. She even made the owner of the rehab lie. Despite such a huge betrayal, Kathleen's husband was still blaming her. He says that Polly did not commit such a big crime. That innocent boy has just told a small lie to get a job, nothing else. It is said that she still gets very upset seeing her husband taking Polly's side. The scene cuts to another scene where Polly arrives to meet the boy. This boy calls Polly by Rebecca this time, and Polly is not surprised because she already knew that this boy was searching on her. That boy tells me, I not only know your name, but I also know that you come from the same city where Kathleen had come from. Kathleen's story was also searched by this boy. He tells that Kathleen, her real name is also not Kathleen, but her name is Jennifer. Kathleen had a complete childhood. The house was burned down, and the entire family perished except for a girl named Rebecca. So after you did all that, Kathleen told the police that your dad was with her. He was trying to abuse you, which made him run your entire household. After that, she left her city and came here, and now you have come after her, so what does it mean? You have come to take revenge for your family, she said. Now I tell this boy that now you will get all my money. The plan is known. Now what should you do? The boy says. I will just tell you not to get too angry. Put out the fire of revenge from within you. Make your life better, and don't spoil that poor girl's life either. I will talk to Ekdalin also. She will apologize to you and give you enough money to set your life right. At this point, Polly cries and acts as if she has accepted what the girl said, but the very next moment she gets up and goes to the side, creating a drama. She picks up a baseball bat and hits the girl hard on the head, killing her. He had committed murder, but she still wasn't scared. At the moment, it was important for Puli to hide his truth, which he did. She then disposes of the body and removes all evidence from the house. Even the evidence of your arrival. The police found the girl's body on the road, and Kathleen is devastated when she finds out. She also tries to convince the police that Polly must have killed him too. But the police don't listen to her. Catherine comes home. Now she even went mad with grief. His very good colleague was killed. She takes out all her anger on Polly and says, now I will not tolerate you in this house even for a minute. Get out of my house right now, when she was dragging him out. While his daughter Emma is holding the pulley from behind, Emma gets hurt during all this. She gets hurt. And seeing all this, Kathleen's husband thinks Kathleen is crazy. She has gone, and on the contrary, he keeps her away from the family for a few days. Catherine is with her today. She meets her son because he had a match today, and she also went with him to wish him. And here her daughter tells her, Morham, you keep teasing Polly like this. He is very innocent. Do you know what I found in his room, this paper, this article, in which his story is written, that he has no family, his entire family is afire, was killed in an accident. Saying this, he met his mother in Polly's room. She gives the article and goes to mash herself. When Kathleen read this article, she was shocked. The entire past came before her eyes, and she understood that Polly had come only to take revenge on her. She immediately runs home and starts apologizing to the police. Kathleen's husband was waiting for her here on the grounds, but when his phone doesn't ring, he realizes it must be Kathleen. She must have gone home, and he is afraid that he might harm Polly. Whereas here Kathleen was apologizing to Polly, she says, "I found out you're not Polly, but Rebecca, and you've come to take revenge on me. But believe me, I never meant to harm your family that day. I was just angry because of what your dad did to me. I had no fault in all of that." Polly says, "Do you think I'll still believe you today? Whereas the police believed you all those years ago, I will torture your family to death like I have been tortured my entire life." She says, "And before that, I'll kill you too." Saying this, she picks up a knife and attacks Kathleen. And Kathleen tries to defend herself. Kathleen realizes he had to come to his senses because his daughter was in danger and was with his enemy. While taking care of you, she picks up her daughter with great difficulty and comes and sits in the car. The car was locked from inside, so Polly kicked him out and started breaking the car windows. So she even brought this car outside the house so that she could see it here, could escape. But the bid was still outside her car. Suddenly, another house passes by and hits Polly and goes away. Meanwhile, Kathleen's husband also returned with their daughter. He had come because he sensed something was going wrong at home, but he did not know that such a big mess would be going on in the house. Polly was killed in the accident that day, but thankfully Kathleen's family survived. In the end, Kathleen's husband becomes convinced that she was telling the truth, and he apologizes for harrowing her. These people's lives are set, but we are shown their daughter, who is now talking to someone in the air, as if she were talking to words. Or he was deeply shocked by Bogali's death had happened, or she was talking to Polly's spirit. The movie ends with the mystery of what happened to him.